evening. This is the Vsb TV 11 News for Tuesday, April 22nd. I'm Peter Kitzel. Our top story. In its Earth Day message on waste management today, the Green Rock Environmental Group called for a system of flags on our beaches, alerting bathers of potential waterborne contamination, as well as the abandoning of phony political finger-pointing and an end to turning a blind eye to the obvious breaches of the island's water purification rules. The statement calls on the community to insist on real, honest, open dialogue about what steps to take. Hiding our heads in our pink sand is not an option, says Green Rock, especially when there are some strange and even disgusting things washing up onto that sand. Premier Craig Cannonier today described the findings of the 2013 Job Market Annual Survey as indicating Bermuda was not yet out of the woods, but it was getting there. And Finance Minister Bob Richards said that what we have is an economy that is in transition and turning the corner. The signs of the turnaround, according to the Premier, include the highest number of company incorporations since 2008, the first year-over-year increase in retail sales volume in 6 years, a moderate rise in income among job holders, and the creation of jobs at Pink Beach, Coral Beach, Ariel Sands, Morgan's Point, and the Hamilton Princess. The 2013 snapshot survey, taken in the last week of August 2013, reports the loss of 1,166 jobs from 2012, with Bermudians making up 54% and non-Bermudians, spouses, and permanent residents making up the other 48%. The fact that 667 of the lost jobs occurred in the 25 to 39 years age group and that 260 employers went out of business during 2013 underscores the negative aspect of the survey's findings. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and the Women's Resource Center will be hosting a skit titled Dater Night to help young people to fully understand what sexual assault is. VSB's Julia Smatt spoke to Executive Director of the Women's Resource, Patrice Frith Hayward Center, about sexual assault and the growing trend of teens putting inappropriate material on various social medias.
I think people are taking sexual misconduct a little too lightly, and I think also we're not having the conversations that we should be having, in particular with our young people, to let them know what's right, what's wrong, what's acceptable, what's not. And it is an issue now. The young people have more access to social media and television and all of the things that they are learning and picking up a lot of things from and thinking that it's okay. So if we're not having a conversation with them to tell them what's not okay, then it's creating a problem. Sometimes we're not telling them that it's not a good idea, and other times they are following their peers. They want to feel like they're a part of the in crowd. They want to go along with everything else, and sometimes they just honestly do not know that it is unacceptable behavior. Sometimes that the role models they have are doing the same things. Not everyone. I'm not saying everyone is.
What advice would you give to somebody out there that may be watching and feels that they themselves are in that predicament of being sexually assaulted?
To give us a call. Call the Women's Resource Center on 295-3882 and come in and have a discussion. We have counselors who are on call when our clients need us or need the counselors. They are there evenings, days, weekends, and if they're not sure, then chances are something is happening. And the best thing to do is to come in and find out, talk to us and let us know what's going on, and then they can be guided from there through our counselors.
And what advice do you give to parents of how they can talk to their kids about acceptable behavior as far as the social medias?
Have healthy conversations, open conversations. Don't dress things up or pretend that things aren't happening. One of the important things that we think should be happening is that the same conversation they're having with their daughters, they should be having with their sons. They should, as you said, put everybody on the same page. Talk to their daughters about respecting themselves, but talk to the sons about respecting themselves and the young ladies that they are involved with as well.
The skit Dater Night will be held at the Barclay Institute this Thursday at 7 p.m. Tickets will cost $15. Bermudians woke up this morning to discover that there was a new bank on Reed Street, or to be more precise, there was an old bank with a new name. At midnight, Capital G Bank ceased to exist, and the Clarion Bank emerged. Vsb News' Chris Lodge reports the rebranding is just that, with very few other changes contemplated at this time.
The new name includes all subsidiary companies, Capital G Investments Limited, Capital Trust Limited, Capital G BSX Services Limited, CGI Nominees Limited, and Capital G Brokerage Limited. The new group says it will combine unrivaled access to one of the world's most dynamic and sophisticated offshore financial centers and deep international banking experience to deliver world-class financial services to ultra-high net worth individuals, families, and corporations worldwide. The organizational rebrand will not impact current clients' ability to complete transactions using their current account numbers, Capital G credit and debit cards or checks. The former Capital G location at 19 Reed Street will continue to serve as the head branch, and the Paget Plaza location remains available for full financial services. Customer service remains available via the same telephone number. Clients should now visit www.clarionbank.com to access their e-banking or to learn more about the Clarion Bank rebrand products and services. I'm Chris Lodge, Vsb News.
When he retired from the NFL with a Super Bowl ring on his finger and happy memories of playing with the St. Louis Rams, Cliff Crosby turned instinctively to motivational speaking and youth advocacy. Now, 10 years later, he has been invited to Bermuda by the Alcohol and Drug Treatment Center Karen Bermuda to be guest speaker at Thursday night's fundraising banquet honoring Nancy and Brian Dupereau for their donations to substance abuse care. Vsb News' Brian Darby asked him about the message he had brought.
I'm just happy to have the opportunity to come to Bermuda and share my message. I can't wait to go to the high school tomorrow. I'm going to Barclay Institute tomorrow, so that I'm looking forward to. I've been in so many schools in the States, so I want to see like a Bermuda school, so that would be, that's going to be the highlight for me. Everybody has their problems, no matter how beautiful the place is or how diminished it is. We all suffer from our own different demons, and family issues, affect every family. So I'm just here to be an advocate for those people that aren't advocating for themselves or can't do it. So I just want to be here and be a voice for them.
Will you draw in your speech on some of your life experiences?
Yes, I do. Just want to be able to share with the young people, just, you can do it. You can do anything you set your mind to, but you have to, there's rules to it. You have to be responsible. You have to set goals. You have to be where you're supposed to be and stay involved and ask for help. It's okay to ask for help when you don't have all the answers.
The pressure of being a star and all that kind of amazing hoopla that goes on, that puts an extra pressure on young men, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. I mean, I wouldn't be me if I went around and did the speaking that I do, and then to leave one of those engagements and then to be in the newspaper for some of the same things I'm talking to the young people about would be a disservice to them. So it actually is a good thing. It holds me accountable, and I like the accountability. I need the accountability.
Still ahead on the TV 11 News is Che with the weather preview.
Thanks, Peter. Let's take a look at the Doppler radar. Well, a couple of spots of moisture around the area, but will they affect us coming up through the week? I'll have more coming up later.
The weather radar picture provided courtesy of the Ministry of Transport on Vsb Tv 11.
You can count on us.
Save $2 on imported seedless red grapes, just $2.99 per pound. USDA top round ground, only $3.89 per pound, saving you 90 cents. For a quick meal, Libby's corned beef, just $3.89 for a 12-ounce tin. Mott's apple juice, only $4.59 for a 64-ounce plastic bottle. All varieties of Tropicana punch juice, just $4.39 for a 59-ounce carton. All stores open Monday through Saturday until 10 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
People and Places with Charles Webb, Mondays in the Vsb TV 11 Evening News at 7:30, 8:30 and midnight. Sponsored by Big Saving Zone at the end of Stocks Road, St. David's.
The Fairmont Hamilton Princess has been undergoing renovations recently. The hotel will soon boast 69 luxury suites and guest rooms, an infinity pool, a new restaurant and a marina. Vsb News' Julia Smat spoke to hotel manager Scott Evans about some of the new initiatives of the Fairmont Hamilton Princess, which include displaying famous artwork.
So part of the repositioning and renovation of the Princess is to incorporate new art. And so as we start to have new pieces of pop art come into the building, it will be very interesting for our guests. The first set that we had is the Warhol Queens. These are very famous from Andy Warhol. We also have a Damien Hirst that's arrived. We also have Nelson Mandela that we're hanging. And so when the guests come, this is just a nice surprise, and it allows just a different perspective on the Hamilton Princess.
The new restaurant is called 1609 and will feature a 100-seat open-air casual dining experience.
Elaborate a little bit on the restaurant.
Yeah, so Marcus Samuelson, who will be our signature restaurant when we open officially in May of 2015, is going to do a pop-up restaurant here in Bermuda for this summer. So starting on June the 3rd through August the 3rd, each night for dinner, we'll be having his menu and his pop-up restaurants serving, and you'll have an option to sit inside, which we're redoing the space now, or sit out here overlooking the harbor.
The marina will feature a whopping 60 berths to accommodate all sizes of vessels. Mr. Evans said the marina is coming along right on schedule.
The marina is coming along perfectly. When it's finished, we'll have approximately 60 berths, from smaller vessels to actually mega yachts. What we're seeing today is actually the two ends of the marina, and the construction is starting now on the outside of the marina, which will be 300 yards this way.
And what impact will the traffic have on the incoming cruise ships? Any?
None at all. No, they've done all the studies, the waterways, so there will be no impact at all.
And when did you say you anticipate it will be finished?
We'll be taking our first dockings the end of July.
Now, here's a look at the daily markets, presented by Bias.
Global equity markets traded higher today as earnings came in higher than forecast in the U.S. Increased merger and acquisition activity in the healthcare sector also spurred demand for stocks. U.S. stocks rose on a sixth day after a healthcare share surged amid a $45.7 billion bid for Allergan Incorporated. Earnings continued to top estimates as Netflix and Harley-Davidson announced. The S&P closed at 1,880, up 0.41%. 500 shares of Keytech traded today at a price of $5.01 per share. Bermuda-related stocks listed in the U.S. closed higher. German stocks advanced the most in 7 weeks as healthcare companies climbed across Europe following a surge in mergers and acquisition activity. The DAX gained 2.02% to close at 9,600. The Chinese benchmark rose after a rally in financials and telecommunications overshadowed losses for technology shares. The Shanghai index closed at 2,073, up 0.34%. The Brazil Bovespa fell as economists surveyed by the central banks forecast that the country's annual inflation will exceed the official target. The index declined 0.25% to close at 51,983. The Treasury auction for 2-year notes drew higher than forecast yield amid speculation the Fed Reserve will raise interest rates before the debt matures. The 2-year note currently yields 0.4%. The Australian dollar rose the most in almost 2 weeks against its U.S. counterpart on expectations of higher inflation. The currency appreciated 0.41% against the dollar as of the last trade. And that was a look at your daily stocks brought to you by Bias.
Purdue fresh chicken leg quarters only $1.69 per pound. saving you $1.10. Save $1 on Yukon Gold potatoes, just $4.99 for a 5-pound bag. Scott 4-roll extra soft toilet tissue, only $3.69. Clean up with Bounty Select-A-Size paper towel, just $2.79 for 1 roll. For a healthy treat, all varieties of Chobani yogurt, only $1.99 for a 6-ounce tub. Visit our website, www.marketplace.bm, for more weekly specials.
You can count on us.
Help build a lasting legacy with the Bermuda Hospital's Charitable Trust. Support our hospital by purchasing a 4x8-inch brick for the Legacy Walkway. Your engraved brick will be predominantly featured outside the new acute care wing. You can customize your brick with a personal message, a tribute, names of family members, or even a special thank you. Call 295-2428 or visit bhct.bm to make arrangements for your legacy brick today.
Noah's Ark Feed and Supply at Marsh Lane, Devonshire, with the best selection of pet supplies in Bermuda. Tropical fish enthusiasts will find everything for building the perfect aquarium, large or small. Noah's Ark can feed your pets with quality brand name foods, as well as providing them with nutritional supplements and grooming supplies to keep them looking and feeling their best. Don't forget playtime. Your dogs, cats, birds, and other family favorites will love the toys and activity items too. Noah's Ark Feed and Supply, #1 on every animal lover's list, open till 6 nightly.
Diane Carlson will report from the Agricultural Exhibition from 9:30 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. on Thursday, with information and interviews with some of the exhibitors on 1450 AM Gold, sponsored by Lindo's Group of Companies and the Animal and Garden House.
Season to Taste is next.
Season to Taste with Peter Javetic, an exclusive presentation of Lindo's Group of Companies.
Hi, I'm Peter Javetic, host of Season to Taste. We're here at the Bermuda Gas showrooms on Serpentine Road, and I have Executive Chef Derek Myers from the Island Restaurant Group. Derek, explain what today's dish is going to be for us.
Well, today we're doing shrimp and grits, and it's in honor of our friend and colleague who passed away about a month ago. And his idea was to do, we want to do Southern food at Victoria Grill, so we said let's put on some shrimp and grits, and it was his idea, so we're going to do it how he wanted to do it. So
Thomas Tabor.
Thomas Tabor, yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. So we're going to start off with a little bit of oil.
Okay.
And traditionally this is done with an andouille sausage, but andouille is not the easiest to find, so we've got some chorizo or chorico. What we're going to do is we're going to brown that up a bit.
Okay.
Once it gets nice and brown, we're going to add a little bit of butter and a little bit of flour. And what we're doing is creating a roux. We're going to let that brown up a bit, and it's nice to be brown, so you don't get too worried if it starts browning up. So while this is getting nice and brown, what we got over there, we're going to explain, but that's grits, and we've done those ahead of time, and that's stone ground grits, a little bit of cream, milk, and some cheddar cheese, and we've cooked that ahead of time, so that's going to be our base.
Now this is warming actually on an induction stove, which is an absolutely wonderful piece of equipment. I mean, you can see that it's actually bubbling up. You need the proper type pan, and as you can see, I can put my hand on it and it does not burn. This equipment is absolutely wonderful. It's Wolf, and stop by at Bermuda Gas and have a look at all of this stuff.
Very cool.
Instant heat, and it's perfect.
Yeah, very neat. So we've got a brown roux. We're going to add a little bit of red onion, some garlic,
okay,
some diced peppers.
The Holy Trinity.
Yes. Some crushed tomatoes, and some wine that we're going to put in there. Feel free.
Look at that.
There we go. So the key with the grits is because we've got it all kind of coming together and working itself together. We're going to season it up. Salt and pepper. And then our last thing at the very end is your shrimp. And we want to only cook those for a good minute, just so they get nice and cooked. You don't want to destroy them. So
yeah, they do cook very, very quickly.
Absolutely.
It's
so we're gonna give that
literally minutes.
Exactly. So you're going to plate the grits.
No. Would you like me to do the honors?
Please, yeah, absolutely.
I like playing with food, so there we go. Is that okay?
Very good, very good. You've done this before, haven't you?
No, it's my first time.
First day on the job.
First day on the job.
So as you can see, they're nice and red, and that's usually a sign they're starting to curl up very nice. And what we're going to do is we're just going to plate those right over top.
They look so good. They really do.
Yeah.
And that sauce with the terre de tufi is going to be absolutely wonderful.
Absolutely, yeah. So we got 5 big shrimp. And then, to finish it, we're just going to scoop this over top.
Now don't forget, all of the recipes are available at lindos.bm. Slide by Lindos and pick up all of your ingredients for this dish. And this has been Chef Derek Myers from the Island Restaurant Group. And this has been Season to Taste, and we'll see you next week.
Season to Taste with Peter Javetic is an exclusive presentation of Lindo's Group of Companies, featuring Gosling's Wine of the Week, a Vsb Tv 11 production recorded on location at the Bermuda Gas showrooms.
The Wine of the Week is presented by Gosling's.
Welcome to the Gosling's Wine of the Week. I'm here with Andre De Silva. Andre, Chef Derek has prepared this lovely dish of shrimp and grits, and you've brought a lovely white along. What have you paired?
Well, Peter, firstly, let me say that if I can choose my nickname, it would be shrimp. But for this occasion, I've chosen the terre de tufi for tonight's occasion.
San Gimignano, one of San Gimignano's most popular wines.
And this particular wine has lots of orange, tangerine, it's got some vanilla and a little bit of spice, and the flavors carry right through, but on top of that you get a little bit of walnuts and a nice touch of oak on the finish.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To your health. Cheers, everybody. Cheers.
Just like I thought. Really, really nice.
That works beautifully. Until next time, this has been Season to Taste.
The retail price is $24.25 and is available at Lindo's and Gosling stores.
The Wine of the Week was presented by Gosling's.
Bermuda Gas is proud to be the authorized distributor of KitchenAid products in Bermuda. Every product that carries the KitchenAid name is guaranteed to be strong, reliable, versatile, and backed by 90 years of quality and excellence. KitchenAid believes that preparing meals together is one of life's greatest pleasures, so they craft their products to enhance this experience. No one knows the kitchen like KitchenAid, and no one in Bermuda knows KitchenAid like Bermuda Gas.
Bermuda Gas, the clear choice. Visit us at 25 Serpentine Road or online at bermudagas.bm.
Bermuda's 2-time Junior Female Athlete of the Year, Kyra Skraders, ran the race of her life last night when she captured our first and only gold medal at the Carifta Games in Martinique. Wearing all blue, Skraders, who had earlier won a silver in the 1500 meters, outsprinted 2 Jamaicans on the home stretch of the 800 meters to hit the tape in 2 minutes 10.68 seconds. We have highlights.
Dixon qui sa coéquipière Ginal Bonfield et la tenante du titre Faima Skraders n'est pas loin, mais les 2 Jamaïcaines sont devant maintenant. Elles passent en 1 minute.
1,02, ce qui est rapide.
C'est un rythme rapide.
C'est un rythme, en tout cas, en passant 1,02, elles sont quand même sur les bases de 2,09, 2,10 pour ce 800 mètres.
Et Faima Skraders toujours en 2e, en 3e position, pour être précis avec son maillot bleu. Faima Skraders qui avait gagné l'année dernière, mais devant, vous avez 2 pilotes sérieuses, les 2 Jamaïcaines, Ginal Bonfield et surtout Britney Dixon. Attention au retour de Faima Skraders, la tenante du titre qui accélère. Faima Skraders qui a pris le train maintenant et qui assure dans la dernière ligne droite. Mais elle est dépassée, elle est finalement dépassée. Et c'est Britney Dixon. Faima Skraders qui gagne. Faima Skraders qui surprend la Jamaïcaine, elle est heureuse.
Voilà. Tant que la ligne n'est pas franchie, on ne peut pas vendre la peau de l'ours avant de l'avoir tué.
Alors Faima Skraders avait gagné l'année dernière et elle gagne encore cette année. Elle était favorite avec les 2 Jamaïcaines, mais les Jamaïcaines ont tout fait pour la lâcher. Mais Faima Skraders s'est avérée la plus tenace et elle donne aux Bermudes une belle victoire dans son temps. 2 minutes 10 secondes et 0,8 centièmes.
68 centièmes.
Ce qui confirme les prévisions d'Osilia.
Ah, pas mal. Pas mal.
Et on retrouve Tony avec la première de cette épreuve, alors que Bonfield a pris la 2e place. La 3e place pour Dixon.
Sakari Famous, Dage Miners and Janai Parentchief also went to the podium. The team returns home tomorrow. The weather report is next, after the break.
April is Environmental Awareness Month, and Vsb Tv 11 is airing relevant documentaries exploring environmental issues concerning all of us on Wednesdays and Fridays at 10 a.m. and 9 p.m. for the month of April. Sponsored by Auto Solutions, Roll With Us, Belco, The Power to Save, and Lindo's, Why Go Anyplace Else? Environmental Awareness Month on Vsb Tv 11.
Well, this lovely warm weather continues. A little bit of rain fell, but all in all, just a very good day. I'm Jay Barker, and this is your weather. Let's take a look at our weather shot for today. This was taken by Barbara Thomas this morning in Hamilton Harbor. As you can see, another cruise ship coming in. I always like that. It feels like it's definitely heading towards summer. Looking at that in the background, blue skies, just a great day. Thank you very much, Barbara Thomas, for sending this in. Our highs and lows for today, well, we saw a balmy 75 degrees, 3 p.m. this afternoon, and 69 degrees was our low at 6 a.m. this morning. Currently, we're looking at 73 degrees, humidity 70%, winds out of the west at 17 knots, and the barometric pressure is falling slowly at 29.63 inches. So far for April, we've seen 1.35 inches worth of rain. Not a very heavy rain month. Total for the month for the year so far, 20.44 inches. And as you can see, that normal total is catching up, 17.53. Take a look at our satellite map. Well, this low pressure off to our northeast will then move off as a weak ridge begins to build in then behind it. And this will provide mainly fair conditions with another cold front approaching on Wednesday evening with strong winds and a few showers. Now, strong winds will persist through Friday with predominantly dry conditions lasting right through into Saturday. In the gateway cities, it'll be sunny and 74 in Atlanta, mostly cloudy and 58 in Boston. Charlotte, mostly sunny and 71, 63 and partly cloudy in London. Miami, partly cloudy and 83, 57 and breezy in New York. Orlando, partly cloudy and 86 degrees, 61 and breezy in Philadelphia, 46 and partly cloudy in Toronto, and Washington, breezy and 64. For tonight, looking at a low temperature of around 65 degrees, partly cloudy, winds out of the west with 12 to 18 knots. For tomorrow, high temperature around 71 degrees, partly to mostly cloudy, a few evening and overnight showers, winds out of the west at 12 to 18 knots, but then they'll shift out of the west-southwest in the afternoon and increase to 20 to 25 knots. By the evening, they'll go out of the west-northwest at 20 to 30 knots overnight. For mariners tonight, there are no small craft warnings in effect. 1 to 2 feet inside the reef, seas outside the reef, 3 to 6 feet, the sea temperature 73 degrees. For mariners tomorrow, there is a small craft warning from the evening, seas inside the reef, 1 to 2 feet, seas outside the reef, 3 to 6 feet. Low tide is 10:18 a.m. and high tide 4:22 p.m. Let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. Wednesday, partly to mostly cloudy, a few evening and overnight showers, high of 71. Thursday, sunny periods, high of 68. Friday, partly cloudy, high of 67. Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 70. And Sunday, mostly cloudy, high of 71. I'd like to... Hi, Lola. Go, go, go. I'd like to thank the Bermuda Weather Service and my daughter for her little dance routine. That's it for me. I'll see you again real soon. Bye, Lola.
Thanks for tuning in to the TV 11 News. Good night.
Peter Cattell's attire courtesy of A.S. Cooper & Sons Limited.
Vsb Tv 11, Bermuda.